Did you make any private conversations here instead of doing this as a public here if-then statement? Why did you get on the phone with both of them and said, "Listen,
I went to the party leader."
You went to Dick Wadhams.
That's correct.
I hear he's still on your Christmas card list. Is that right? All right. So you didn't talk to Scott or Dan.
No.
You went over and talked to Dick Wadhams.
That's correct. I did, and the idea was he was going to check it out.
Right.
Check it out. Well, he did, and evidently didn't.
It didn't fly.
Didn't fly.
It didn't fly. So you haven't had a sit down with Scott McGinnis on this.
I haven't. I have talked to Dan Mays. Called me subsequent to all. I mean, this is like 3-4 days ago, right. I guess. But but I've not talked to Scotty about it.
All right. Now tell me how this is going to work, because right now, as we sit today, there are now 3 guys running for governor, and you have said that you have a better chance of becoming governor in a 3-way race than McGinnis does in a 2-way race. Help me out with the mathematics on that one, because my math, I went to a Catholic school, so,
so did I.
My math is not what it should be.
Let's get our abacus out.
Without somebody hitting me with a ruler, I can't do math.
Okay. Somebody bring me a ruler, please, a big one. Okay, yeah. The fact is that I think that there are issues, some of them that I have, of course, been involved with for a long time, that play well on both sides of the political aisle. I think immigration, and especially now as it's developing around the country, I believe I can pull a lot of Democrat votes with that. I don't know how many, but I can. And not,
Why would, let's take on immigration, why would somebody who might be leaning for Hickenlooper instead of McGinnis, if you come along, why would they jump right over McGinnis and vote for you? Well, it seems to me if immigration was their issue, they're not going to vote for Hick anyway.
Oh, they're not going to vote for Hickenlooper? Why not? I don't think that Scott has been, I mean, he's okay on it, certainly. He has said the right things recently.
He said that he would sign a law like Arizona's law. Hickenlooper said that he would not sign a law like Hickenlooper's law.
We still go back to this other problem. John, you're making it sound as though all things being equal, everybody's just running campaigns and doing their thing and talking about what they're going to do. We've got this big problem over here on our side. We've got 2 guys whose ethics certainly have been challenged, who have been placed in a situation where digging out of that becomes almost impossible. So all of the other issues kind of go away for them, I think, to a large extent. Yeah, hey, I'm still here, and the issue of illegal immigration, I think, can play well for me. It's not the only thing, but if you look at it, I mean, 35% is, if it kind of splits up that way, you could see it. Hey, John, I won my first primary.
I remember it well.
26%.
I remember. I lost $20 on that race.
I did too.
but on that primary race, you were in a, what was it, 5-way race? I'm trying to remember. And you were the most conservative of those 5. No, I thought so.
Well, I agree. But I mean, the people who were presenting themselves that way, there was a state senator. His name always escapes me. I can't think of it right now. But anyway, he was, Sam Zackham was calling himself, Mr. Conservative.
But those are among Republicans. You were splitting the vote up among Republicans.
Right.
You didn't have to reach over into unaffiliated or into Democrats in order to get that. This time around, it's not 1998. You're not just sticking with a third of the voters that are Republicans. You're going to have the whole thing. And I'm still having a hard time understanding how someone who's leaning towards Hick, or even leaning towards McGinnis, is now going to lean towards the American Constitutional Party.
Let me just suggest to you that you are absolutely right that it is no longer, that it's not 1998, it's a brand new ball game in politics. We don't know how this is going to shake out. I certainly can't predict for sure how this will all play out. The anger, the frustration, the cynicism, all that's at work out there, maybe to a greater extent than ever before. So if Scott does win and Dan Mays loses, which is the same thing,
which is
probably,
likely.
Okay. There's a lot of people there who, right now, they're very mad at me for doing this, but I think some will forgive me and come my way.
Some of them are saying that you said, don't, Tea Party members, please don't split off and do a third party thing.
I did.
I've said the same thing to my Tea Party friends. It's an incredible movement. I'm happy to be part of it and proud to work with these folks. And then you do this.
It's because
Tea Party folks are not happy with you right now.
No, they're not, and I certainly hear from them, and I understand their concerns, and I understand they say, you said this on this day. Well, you're right, I did. just like you said at that same point, not you, but Tea Party people really sent me some nasty emails back and said, you're just part of the establishment, you're trying to save them, we're the insurgents. Well, now, guess what's happened? Their guy wins top line. They're the establishment, right? Things change. Same thing. I said what I said, and I certainly meant what I said, when we had a viable candidate, when I believed we could win. I do not believe that anymore. It changes the dynamics for everything, and so here we are.
Why didn't you run as a Republican in this, a year ago?
Because
there were a lot of people knocking on your door asking you to do so.
That's true.
Why didn't you do it? You were.
Because,
don't tell me you weren't thinking about it, because I could see it in your eyes. You were thinking about it.
Thinking about it, yeah. John, I thought we had two good candidates. I thought we had Josh Penry, who would be fine with me. Fine with me. I went and worked for him. I supported him. I sent him. Okay, that didn't work. For whatever reason, there's all kinds of speculation as to why Josh left. And forced out by the party is the most prominent, I guess.
Forced out by the party?
Yeah, going to him and saying, look, don't worry. It's
too young.
Scotty's turn. Right. Scotty's turn. Let Scotty do it. We'll take care of you. I mean, that's what you hear.
I'm waiting for somebody to take care of me.
Yeah,
that's all I want.
That's right.
I'm happy to go away.
You want to get me out of this race? Come and tell me that you're going to take care of me. Anyway, and not the way a lot of people have suggested that I be taken care of. But
you are a made man, aren't you? So you don't have to worry about that, do you?
No.
All right, we're fine.
But the fact is, I thought we had a good candidate. I really and truly wasn't thinking about doing it, no matter how many people go, you're just doing it for the ego involved. Dick Wadham says I'm a maniacal egotist. We're thinking of having T-shirts
I've known you for
made.
20 years. You are a maniacal egotist.
That's it. So why not go ahead and make the T-shirt? And but frankly, if I were doing this for that reason, I would have gotten in at that time. You bet. Hey, let's not duke it out. I am not. I was not looking for it. It's okay.
Back then, when you looked at
it,
did you think, I can't win? That's why I'm not going to go in? Or is it that you saw other people there that you liked?
I certainly knew we were going to have one heck of a time doing it. Look what happened to immigration in the meantime.
Right.
Who would have thunk it? I mean, it turned into this huge issue where 60% of the Hispanics in Colorado agree with the Arizona law. Now, come on, guys, this is a brand new world.
When Governor Tancredo gets 60% of the Hispanic vote,
I didn't say I'd get 60%.
I'm selling my house.
I did not say I'd get it, but I'll tell you what, I'll bet you I get as good a turnout in the Hispanic vote as any other Republican that would have run.
What do you say to those who are out there saying, you split the ticket, you're giving it to Hickenlooper? That this is a for sure thing. You can't run on a third party, and you will do what Ralph Nader did for Al Gore down in Florida. You're going to give the election to the other team.
Well, the other team may very well win. I understand that, but I'm telling you, it's not my fault, buddy. I did not put this party into this situation. I have done everything for the Republican Party that I could possibly do. I mean, in terms of getting their guys elected. It's not me. This is not going to work for the Republicans. I tried my best also to present them with I think, a plausible and logical way out of this situation. They could have, if they could have gotten those guys to announce it, they could have gone to the big money people, whoever they are.
Yeah, I got to find out who they are too.
Believe me,
but
I don't have that line.
I'm convinced they are out there.
They're out there.
Yeah.
I don't have that line to them. That's why I went to Dick and I said, you make the call. Call these people. Tell them, look, these guys don't do. Tancredo, he's just crazy enough to do this. Let's use the leverage. Let's get them to do it, so then the party can actually make that determination. Get started on finding the candidate. Having a feeling that probably your guys, will. That neither one of them can make it. And believe me, John, that's the way they feel.